Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back to Transistor. You voted, so it's time for a new loadout. Alright, we've got a pretty big lineup this time around. And in fact, it's going to be so expensive, we won't be able to take all the winners out. Definitely going to take out some of the major winners though. First of all, Breach is being loaded with Void and Bounce. Very interesting combination. Actives 2 and 3 are Get and Switch, and I get the supports mixed up. Crash and Purge are a bit similar, so I confuse them in my head. Also putting Spark with Ping on active number 4. Cull is getting put in passive, and we don't have enough room for the rest of them, so Mask is filling out the ranks. Okay, let's get moving.
Hey, look.
We'll poke our heads in there in a minute, but first up...
What do we got? All the camera out as targets. And me. Funny things about the transistor. Let's see. You can get in, but you can't get out. How about that? You can get in, but it's a one-way street, a one-way road. It's like the country. You don't just go for a visit, you go for good. What do they know anyway?
Wait, when did you... I don't like you sneaking up on me like that, Royce. Anyways.
That, I believe, is the transistor's true purpose. Its true nature. Wait, can you repeat that? This is something. There you are.
Okay, time for a very tough fight. We have one each of every variety of man. As is per my usual strategy, I will be targeting the sturdy man first. I want to get that regenerating health out of the way as quickly as I can.
All four of you.
Now, as we can see here, between the double damage limiter and what I still guess is the increased damage from a shooting man, we lose about a third of our health from a single haircut. This is going to be a very difficult fight, and we're going to have to approach it very methodically.
Lend a hand.
See, look at that. A single mistake, we've already lost our main offensive function. So now, I'm going to be turning to Get to try and keep me alive. I'm going to try and get a chain of Gets on this one man, maybe knock him out. And I miss with the third one and pay for it. Already down to 2 functions. This is not looking good. Yeah. Haircut's hitting us hard, only down to Get. So right about here, I begin to prioritize managing the haircuts. Right there, we can see check activating. I will go into more detail about it later, but as you can see, merely touching the haircut deals 150 damage to it. Now that the sturdy man is out of the picture, it's time to start getting to work on the stealthy. Going for another chain get. I'm still trying to make sure to maintain some real distance so that the haircuts can't get me. Making use of check to try and take them out, but I somehow managed to miss that haircut, and I pay for it. So this is what happens when all of your functions go out. You get the option to retry with or without your limiters. Of course, I'm not going to give up on that one so easily.
That, I believe, is the transistor's true purpose. Its true nature.
Wait, can you repeat that?
As you can see, we just get popped back right to your last checkpoint.
This is something.
First death of the run, right at the very end.
There you are.
So let's try this again. Got a bit of a better handle on this particular loadout. Going to prioritize the haircuts a bit more. And make sure to utilize my functions better.
All four of you. All right.
Somehow Speedy over here has forgotten his cloak. It's good, we might be able to get a couple of extra shots in him before his time. And even trying to be cautious, I still take a hit. But ultimately it's for the best. Not having a heavy damage dealer like Breach will force me to be even more cautious, which is really necessary for a fight like this. Took a hit, but still kicking. So, check. When you bump into a process while planning out a turn, check activates. It has a rather minor cost, deals 150 damage, and it knocks the process off in a direction that we could see with the little yellow arrow that was coming out of the haircut. Also, important to note for the haircuts is that they technically exist the instant the little red spark first shows up. So, if you have check available to you, you can take a haircut out before it is even fully spawned. By this point, I've managed to take out the two most dangerous men, the sturdy and the speedy. Just the stealthy and shooty left, and we've only lost one function. In much better shape so far, playing far more cautiously, running all the way to the opposite end of the arena so that the haircut loses track of me. Without the sturdy man around to gum things up, I can afford to make small intermittent shots against the men, rather than having to try and smash them all out at once. And here's a funny little bit of friendly fire. One man's haircut takes out the same man's later haircut. Just down to the shooty man. We're basically done here. And something I want to re-emphasize at this moment, check only happens during turn. It does not go off while the battle is in active time. And with one final shot, he goes down. So very close.
Okay, you're almost here. Almost here. You ready? Funny, I'm beginning to get a little nervous. So come on now. Come on.
As he said, Royce is just up ahead. So, before we go in, one last little bit of housekeeping. We have some updated function files. Looks like Ping and Cull have a little bit more information for us. Topping off Mr. Hyaford's files. And a new entry on Olmark. Okay, and that is that. Just for completeness' sake, we will load ourselves up, but it's ultimately not going to affect anything.
Everything around us, washing away.
And with that final bit of observation, it's time to go meet the man.
Must be the place. Hi, Royce. If you can hear me.
Welcome. Well, come in, come on. Inside my studio. I'm quite unarmed, as you can see. And it's safe in here, relatively. Safe.
Yeah, at least for now. Here's the thing.
Now, if the transistor doesn't go back in its cradle, then why, you and I both, well, we just won't be anything anymore in a little while. You, me, and the rest of this town. So, please, don't let my work go to waste. I'm being reasonable. Now, full disclosure here, which is, I am positively certain 100% that this will work, which is transistor plus cradle equals no more process. No funny business, okay? We'll just take it one thing at a time, one topic at a time. Look, if this was all just some kind of ruse on my part, I mean, how base? Why would I lead you all this way? I'll level with you. Yes, I would like it back. I'd very much, if you must know, but you know what? At this point, I would settle for not being wiped out of existence. I would happily settle for that. Okay, so now I'll wait. If you want me to wait, I'll wait. But the process, as you can see, patience isn't one of its virtues. Always busy. Busy. Whenever you're ready, which I hope is going to be soon, but I will say no more.
This is it then. You know what you have to do. What have we got to lose? It's why we're here. Came all this way for a reason. Just get it over with. Look, no matter what happens, just... I love you. You know that, right? It's time. Bye for now.